Alright. I forgot to send a couple messages. Hold on. Sorry to turn my camera on. I'll leave it on. And we'll load in together. I forgot to send some messages. I knew I was forgetting something. Ah! Darn full screen mode. Come back. Come back. There we go. Hey, Kathleen. How's it going? Do some zoo. I don't remember where we left off. I feel like we did this llamas thing at the end of the last stream because I came on here yesterday and just played around for a little bit and filled in some stuff. What is happening? YouTube is yelling at me and I don't understand why. I don't understand why it's yelling at me. Please configure backup. One of the streams is invalid configuration. What the fudge? I don't know what that means. I haven't changed my stream configuration. I don't know why it's yelling at me. It says I have a good... I don't think I care that much about whatever it's upset about. Okay. I think that's more of a playback thing, and I'm not that worried about Planet Zoo stream playbacks. But anyway, so off stream, I just kind of filled in this area, and then I realized like there was no educational things or anything over here, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I just never came back to this after we did this on stream the other day, or the other month, however long ago it was. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I don't know why I buried those underground, because now I'm gonna have to go click on them, but that's okay. I'm doing good. Doing well. You're trying to get ready for a Philly trip tomorrow. That's exciting. That is very exciting. I'm doing well. I'm super tired. So we are here so that I don't nap. That's pretty much the secret ulterior motive to this stream. Is to keep Jess from napping stream. I love naps. I don't actually have anything against naps, but it's bad for my sleep schedule. Apparently, a bunch of my habitats are dirty. I suspect that's just because these are all... See, there's a zookeeper coming in. He's gonna take care of this now. Just try to look in the dang habitat. Oh, we have, where did he go? I like the concept for this habitat, but I'm sad that they look so weird when they're walking up and down. Very important things happened where... Ah! Baby llama! Is baby llama. This is very important to everybody that we see the baby llama. With the little feet. Oh, I named him Paul. He came with another name, but I named him Paul after the other llama from Llamas with Hats. He's very cute. Look at him go. He's having no problem with the terrain. Look at Paul go. This is why I'm worried about the terrain, is whatever's happening here. It was a good experiment. Llamas with Hats. Llamas with Hats is like one of my all-time favorite things. Which is weird because it's also kind of terrible. Stop kicking your food into the water. Stop it. But I love Llamas with Hats. I feel like if I say that to somebody, they're going to worry that I'm not well adjusted. And maybe I'm not well adjusted. Maybe they would be right to worry. I don't know. Carl. Oh God, one of the lines that just like plays in my head and I don't say out loud is like, well, you know, when you're making a meat dragon, not just any meat will do. I won't share the context for that quote, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I built this bazaar on stream or not. I call it a bazaar. I don't know if that's actually the right thing to call it or not, but I like the term. So anyway, this is a restaurant. You go in the restaurant, and they eat up here, and they can look over this habitat. And then there's shops down here. So there's something new in Zoo that I haven't played with at all. And I don't know where it lives, to be honest. I would assume here, but I could be wrong. They added walk-in, like, bubbles. And I don't know where those would be. Would it be under habitat stuff? Like, I don't even really... I know what they are, but I don't even know what they're called. So, like, the notion of trying to find them... I don't know. Wouldn't be construction, would it? I don't know what it would be. It's got to be facilities. I'm just not sure where in facilities. But it has to be facilities, I would think. And I'm just missing it. What if... Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's a thing where you can put the bubble in and people can, like, view the habitat. Well, I'm sure it'll come up in one of the menus somewhere. I just don't know where it lives. Would it live in barriers? Oh, it does live in barriers. Viewing dome entrance. But then where's the actual viewing dome? I have a viewing dome entrance. So basically you put this in to a habitat somewhere. We're gonna slap it somewhere where it makes no sense just for science. So like you put that in. But then I don't know where the actual viewing dome is. That's so weird. What the heck? Viewing dome. Okay, so apparently the viewing dome is in habitat, but the viewing dome entrance is in barriers, because that makes sense. I don't know. So basically you can put these domes in, and then people can go through the viewing dome entrance, and they just kind of like magically teleport, same way the restaurant works, into viewing the habitat, which is something we might play around with. I don't really have any habitats right now where I think that would be useful, because I've built most of my zoo around not having such a thing. Yeah, they're really cool. They are very popular with prairie dogs. They added it because a lot of people have been wanting underwater tunnels, and they haven't built underwater tunnels, but you can use the viewing dome for underwater. So it's not a tunnel, but it's close. So like we could use that for our seal area if we wanted. But like I have a lot of natural barriers in the zoo, which means there's not a lot of like useful places to put it. So I very much want to use it. I think it's a really good thing. It's just something that I don't have space for the way I've built this zoo, which is fine. We have more to build. So, I'm kind of at a point where, like, I always get zoo fatigue. And I don't mean zoo fatigue with the game. I mean with my zoo. I hit a point where I'm like, I've made my zoo, but I really want to keep pushing. So, like, the goal of the zoo was to build every Taiga animal. And we have quite a few more to do if we want to do that. We did cheat. The seals are not Taiga animals, but I really wanted a seal cove here. I just thought that would be a really cool idea. So we cheated with them, and we've cheated a little bit with spring thaw. None of these animals are Taiga, but I wanted a reptile house. And there's not a lot of reptiles in cold climates. So, oddly enough, so I decided we'd cheat and call this building Spring Thaw, and it would work. But anyway, there's a couple different things. I have this area set up for expansion. So we can fill in this area over here by the llamas, make this prettier, but I also may get rid of this path entirely, and just not extend the zoo out this way, and just kind of make this edge of the zoo. I may do that. I hate vehicles in the game. I never make vehicles in the game, but this also wouldn't be a bad spot if I wanted to make a vehicle that went like this way and circled around the edge of the zoo. I don't think that would be the worst idea. I just hate doing it. So maybe we'll do something vehicle related over here. Or I don't have to use it as a transport. I could do the vehicle related thing and just make it like a singular thing. We'll see. But I may not extend the zoo in this way at all. So like I'm not going to prioritize that direction. I do want to put something over here just because I feel like there's not a lot going on over here. Like you walk past some food stalls. You have the entrance to Japan over here. God, I really am proud of this pond. This is one of my favorite ponds I've ever put in the game. They have a nice, I didn't really have anything else going on, so we just made like a nice little nature walk with some benches. I thought that would be cute. And then we have this, we have some bathrooms, but like there's just a big ball of nothing going on over here. So I'd like to put some more habitats or something over here, give them something more to do when they walk over here. But up here is where I'm really excited too. I like the notion of up here and making like this island thing up here a habitat of some kind. I really want to find a good spot for polar bears because polar bears are a Taiga animal apparently, and they are notorious for being a pain in the butt to build. And the reason why they're a pain in the butt to build, I will show you. I actually love polar bears. I would put more in the zoo except for they like to live in groups of 1 or 2. So you can have 1 polar bear or a breeding pair and that's it. And if you have 2, they need 41,000 square feet of land and 11,000 square feet of water. Right? I mean, you put this together, it's over 50,000 square feet when you add the change in for 2 polar bears. They'll have cubs of 2, and if you add 2 cubs, you've just knocked that up to like 65,000 square feet of stuff for 2 adult animals and 2 baby animals. Like, it is obnoxious to give them their space requirement. For reference, our tiger habitat is 40,000 square feet of land and 5,000 square feet of water. And they want, you know, more land. They need about 8,000 more square feet of land and about 10,000 square feet more of water than this habitat for the same amount of animal. So you got to get kind of creative in how you plan it, because otherwise you're going to be in a situation where you're not going to know. Okay, that's fine. I got a message, but I will look at that message later while I'm streaming. So I thought making like a polar bear island up here would be kind of cool. And I had some different thoughts for what to do about the water. Because the thing is too, like I could put the polar bears over here and do kind of what I did with the seals and have like the natural water inclusion. But then I'm putting the polar bears like all the way over here. I have to get the pathing all the way over here. I still have to do something over here. You know, I don't necessarily want to do that. There's really no good way to continue the zoo over here with how I've built the wolf's den. I'd have to build this path out over here, which I could totally do. Like, it's completely feasible to turn this into a tunnel instead of a room. I'm just not interested in doing that at this moment. I kind of feel like we could do a bit of a semicircle here. I mean, there's still a fair number of Taiga animals we haven't made. Like, what have we done? We haven't done ibex, we have done bison, we haven't done the leopard, we have done the fox, we have done the wolf, we've done the butterflies, we haven't done cougar, haven't done doll sheep. Doll sheep and ibex actually might be able to live together. The dole, probably doles. I do want lynx pretty bad. I like having lynx. I'm really excited about the leopard too, actually. But I mean, like, several bear species. Like, we have more to do. Like, we have more to put in the zoo if we really want to do everything. Which means I probably will be expanding this way. And maybe we'll actually walk around the wolves. That's assuming I don't get bored of making the zoo. So, like, I thought this would be a cool polar bear island, basically. But I don't really know how to do, like, a more natural barrier and give them the water they need. So maybe this area isn't Polar Bear Island. You know, maybe that's what I have to come to terms with. What is going on over here? Oh, okay. That's right. I built this going this way for some reason, and I don't know why. This side looks good-ish. It looks about as good as I can make it look. This side... I apparently decided to make this dirty water. I made a lot of choices at one time that I don't fully understand. There's a lot of things we do. So anyway, I don't know if this is going to be polar bear area or not, because this could also work. Well, there's a nice little cave there already. That's kind of interesting. But like this area, we could build this up and it would be like a natural water zone. Like, that wouldn't be a bad polar bear spot either. But it's all the way over there. So that's where I'm really having a hard time deciding what I want to do. And how I want this to look. Can I change the time of day here? Yep, there we go. The sun a little high, more high noonish, so I can see what's going on. So anyway, we're at a point where I just gotta make decisions. It's not a bad thing to have to make decisions. I think let's build something over here. I know I want stuff along this stretch anyway. It's already flat land, which means I don't have to figure anything out. I don't know how I want to expand over here yet or not. I probably will expand a little bit more. Maybe I'll put like a vehicle track here. Maybe I won't do vehicles at all because I hate vehicles. I really do. It's sandbox mode, which means I have unlimited budget, so I can always just put zoo exits over here instead of counting on having only one zoo entrance exit. And then I don't really have to worry about it. And it's better that way. But yeah, let's go ahead and build something over here just so we can kind of fill in. This is the area that's like this has potential, but it's real ugly just because there's like not a lot going on there. So let's pick something over here. So if we look at our Taiga animals, what would be something interesting? I'm not against getting another big cat going because like I said, I was very excited for the Amur leopard. They don't need a lot of room. We could do these guys, though. 2 to 25, up to 25 males, up to 13 females. That is a very strange group. These type of groups tend to make me nervous because I always feel like I'm going to just misunderstand them. But I don't think we have any bears in this zoo at all. So I don't think it would be a bad idea to build a bear habitat. Even if we don't go for the polar bear first. I think having some bears would be kind of cool. We could go for pandas. Pandas are pretty exciting. I want to see, I think pandas are going to be the most that will live together. Formosans are just a breeding pair. You can have like 20 pandas. Grizzlies are just a breeding pair. Himalayan brown bears are just a breeding pair. I think those polar bears are just a breeding pair. So if we want to have multiple bears, it's them. But I do like bear habitats. It's not completely flat, but it's pretty close. And this is obviously a little village, so we'll keep this going for our employees. See, making decisions is the hardest part. I want to see here. Guests can enter raccoon habitats, but they can't enter skunk habitats. Or, oh, they can enter beaver habitats. So we could have raccoons and beavers together and just put the skunks somewhere else and make like a little spot for them. That would be kind of fun. But beavers want water. See, that's the thing. I'm trying to think of what is something that doesn't need a lot of water. Guess enter, guess can't enter moose. So we can put the skunks and the meese together. We could put the beavers and the raccoons together. Red deer. European fallow deer. I remember thinking about this because the European deer are not in this habitat. We could do red deer. That might be kind of fun because I don't think they need a whole lot of water, or I don't think that it'll really matter if they don't have hills and stuff. Red foxes are cool too. Maybe we'll make some nice little deer. I wonder what could anything live with the deer. So this is just enrichment, which means they get a boost off of living with each other, but it doesn't mean that they have to live with each other. Anybody that's on like the same continent would like living with, and eats the same kind, like if it's a herbivore, you can mix them. You want to do same biome and preferably same continent because then you can mix plants. So like red deer and reindeer, because reindeer can be there, probably can live together. Oh, Kathleen really wants pandas. Okay. I think we could do pandas. I can change my mind. I can do pandas. Pandas... Actually, pandas over here wouldn't be bad because... I mean, pandas aren't in Japan, but they're near... It's that, you know, they're in East Asia. So it'd be kind of thematic. Actually, that could work because what we could do is build like a panda housing unit here. You should check your DMs. I saw your DM. I didn't read through it all the way. I was gonna check it later unless you need something fast. It is between me. Yeah. No, I think we can definitely work on that after the stream. But I'm so excited for you. Getting a third interview. Super, super excited. So it's just down to you and one other person. So do you know where she lives? Can you slash her tires? I am so glad you're happy, Bear. You deserve it. You deserve such a pep in your step. But yeah, no, we'll get you square. Don't even worry about it. Just saying. I'm just saying. I know it's not the most sportsman response, but I mean, you could. You heard pandas? Okay, that's 2 votes for pandas. We're gonna make pandas. I'm having a hard time deciding what I want to make. So we can have like, look, we can have 10 males and 10 females, pandas. So why would we not have 20 pandas, right? Like, that's what I'm saying is we should have 20 pandas. So 20 pandas, which means potentially 10 baby pandas, because Planet Zoo pandas do not have the breeding problem that real life pandas want. So they don't care if they have water or not. 50,000 square feet for 30 pandas. Now, we're going to have to make it bigger than that because they're going to want trees. Fun fact, China took back the pandas they gave the US and the other nations. The only ones left with pandas are in Russia. Only the Russian pandas. That wasn't even close to a Russian accent, but Russian pandas. I don't know if pandas can be Russian. I think they're pretty slow going. I will never forget the day in college that Kathleen here explained to all of us that they I think it was you who told all of us that they have to show pandas porn in zoos because they're so bad at having panda sex, which I think is hilarious. Okay. Planning. We gotta plan. We gotta make the coolest panda encounter. I have thoughts. Okay, I have thoughts. This is gonna be exciting. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna extend this path just so I have something to plan around. So I know, like, I don't cut this off from being able to expand. I don't know if it will expand this way, but this way we have the option should we want to go forward. Good chance that was you. I'm pretty sure it was you. You were definitely there for the conversation. I feel like you were the one who explained panda porn to us. So you can put that on lists of things you've done in your life. So here I'm going to make a little panda house. This is it'll be right next to where the staff can come in and out easy. We'll make them like a nice little hard shelter here. Then we're gonna have like a little panda encounter path. What's a good one for panda encounters? I'm trying to find one we haven't done before. But I feel like we have actually used a lot of these. I don't need it to be that wide. Honestly, we don't need really thick paths because I have the zoo locked out at like less than 3,000 people for my CPU's sake. Now, I don't often recommend starting with the path, but for what I'm doing, I think it's going to be very useful. So we'll do this. Like that. The other thing I kind of want to do is let me. So this will be kind of like where you walk through, and then this will be like where they can do the panda talk, and we'll put some pretty things in there. This is, I went from having no motivation to like, I have ideas. Just, it's gonna take a minute. We're gonna get there. But I have ideas, okay? That's where we're at. We're at the, we gotta get it going stage. But go with me on this. Let's start by building the, actually, what we should start doing is if we're gonna get that many pandas, it's gonna take a minute for the store to populate. So maybe we should start looking for good panda options. See, these are all older pandas. The 7-year-old panda will grab. The animals don't age in the trade center, so we'll let them we'll let that panda chill there, and we'll try to get not really old pandas. So while I build, I'll periodically check the store to see if more panda supplies came in. Now we need a wall. I feel like bamboo's too easy. Personally, I think bamboo's a little easy. Not for like all of it, but in this particular case, brick doesn't feel panda palace. I do like this rock set. It is one of my favorite rock sets, so we may come back to it. I like it even more, I think, than the European one. The European one's good too, but the stones are just bigger. They're a little bit easier to see. This isn't the worst one, but it doesn't scream panda palace, you know? Limestone, I think we can color. Yeah, so limestone, we could pick a color. It's an option. Oh, it's not bad. There's different options here. Sandstone brick wall. I don't mind it. I think it's what we used for the Arctic wolves, actually, but I don't hate it. Stained wood. Nah, not a bad option. We can change the color. Stone brick wall. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. These are very on the nose. They're the temple pieces, so you can do just the normal temple color, or you can paint the temple wall. And I don't think that's a bad option either. I'm kind of thinking stone brick. And like we'll intersperse some other things in there. It won't be only this. But I'm not hating the stone brick. put this down. And like I said, the goal is to give plenty of space for the pandas to hang out. I don't want to do that way. I want to do it this way. Where no one can see them. Pandas are kind of shy. So we're going to make a little panda house, right? I'm going to make this 2 stories tall, 'cause reasons that will become clear soon. I might come back through and, oh gosh dang it, texture this. I'm not sure I'm going to like it all being this color. I'm going to decide down the road, but right now I just want to get the shape going. This I'm going to leave alone for now. Again, for reasons. Now we're going to go here and I'm going to type in glass. So what I want to know is, do I want to do null barrier through here, or do I want to use a typical? I think we're actually going to go to a more traditional barrier at this point. Actually, will it matter? Okay, so I can just mark that not habitat. Okay. Excellent. We're going to take angle snap off. We're going to shorten this down. Oh, we'll just manually do it. Stop. Going to make this the same height. Gosh dang you, game. And we're going to do the same thing. So 11.97. So this is the height we're going to operate off of. And we're going to come over here. Glass. And I'm going to mark, actually, we're going to do null barrier. Go with me. Go with me on this. This is where the ideas come in. I'm attempting to do something I have never done before, but I've seen in many a video. So we're going to null barrier through here. Gosh, stop. Null barrier through here. Concrete wall. Why? Okay. Make this a little bit. Hey, Ray, welcome. How are you today? We are making a beautiful, hopefully beautiful, panda enclosure that I was really struggling with in terms of feeling the motivation, and now I'm like, no, this will be one of the greatest things I have ever made in this game. Just wait. Don't pay any attention to how bad that angle was. Okay. It does need to be a fairly large habitat. I think we can go back one more. Oh, bad. Angle snap is your friend. Oh god. I was thinking about no, it's fine. I was like, oh, maybe I want to continue that staff path, but I don't think I don't think I do. This, and then we're gonna connect this here, and then it's gonna be null barrier, like that. like the sound the null barrier makes. I think it's funny. Okay. And then we can do a staff door about here. Like that. But now what I want to try to do is go back to, or go into barriers, and we'll pick glass. There we go. And I'm going to select non-habitat perimeter. So this is not a habitat perimeter, which means it's not going to try to create another habitat out of this. I'm telling it, I'm just adding. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do curve and not angle snap. So we're going to do this and this. If I make them longer pieces, I think the curve will work better. Or it'll make it more ridiculous. I don't know. One of those two. What if we did this? Come on, game. This is not going quite how I wanted it, but we're gonna... Curve barriers and I very rarely get along, but we're gonna try. For the pandas, we're gonna try. That is so... Okay, we'll come back. We're gonna come back. Nobody worry. We're gonna probably do a draft 2. This is horrible. This just looks abysmal. Well, maybe not. Hold on. What can I do? What can I do about this? Okay. Okay. Choices were being made here. Oh, that's so bad. Why? Okay, nope. Just sorry, I am also tired. So why I'm deciding to do something that's going to bend my brain, I don't know. But I am also tired. In fact, a good portion of the reason why I'm streaming is to keep me from falling asleep and messing up my sleep schedule. What if I did this one straight, not curved? And we'll just do it shorter like that. And then we go back into the curving. Yeah! That's doing something for me. You know, it looked mostly good until here. So, you know, we'll just go with it. Okay, how does that look if you're walking? If you're walking through here. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Okay. Okay. So 64 square feet. The problem is I don't know if it's counting this or not. And the pandas wanted oh no, we're fine. Even if I add trees and stuff, we're fine. Okay, that's fine. There's no way that's going to be a problem. Do I have water over here? I have water just in there. Or right there. I could make water work there. Okay, I'm not going to do a lot of water. I'm going to do an amount of water. Okay, stone brick. The full plan has not been realized yet, so bear with me. There is more to realize. It's not the same brick, but I'm not sure I care. So again, this is going to be the little panda palace. Wrong one. Okay. I'm going to have a completely different type, which is fine. So we'll come back to this. It's not going to be on grid. Go with me. We're not done yet. This is where it's going to get exciting. Scratches. See, if I do this out of glass, then you'll be able to see the pandas from over here. But then you're going to stop. Well, screw it. Then you're going to see the pandas from over there. It's got to be something with walls, though, or it's going to defeat the purpose of having them be boxed in. Little panda tunnel. That's not the same one. We were down a ways. It was this one, right? Yeah. We'll close that off because we might be able to make that into another little thing or something. We'll see. There we go. Just like that. And then here. The question is, do I want to make this? This part will have open into the habitat, I think. And we'll do the shorter walls. You know, just for safety. I don't know why it made that indent, but it did. Eventually I'm going to put a roof over this too, but I want to finish what I'm doing first. So then we're going to go here, we're going to go to pitched roofs, and I just got to pick one that I know can be walked on, basically. No, I don't think that one. I don't think anything with a texture can be. one of the, like, yeah, like something like that. This is gonna be a long... I might be better off instead with this. Just doing this. Because I know pandas can climb the climbable things. I don't know if they... I don't think they can climb this angle, but that's okay. That's an easy thing to fix. Wrong one. There we go. I was supposed to be continuously checking for more pandas, and I have not done it. I have failed to keep checking for pandas. Come on. There we go. That looks broadly traversable. Come on. Be helpful here. There we go. I need it lower. Come on. We got it. We're so close. No, whatever you did there was wrong. If I do this, is it gonna look all sorts of weird texture-wise? No, that's fine. I might have to... We can fudge this by just doing... I'm really just sick of people. My gosh, that has just been in the water or something today. Because, like, that just seemed how work was. There was just a lot of that going around. So I think there's just, this is just like one of those Wednesdays. Where, like, nothing is working at work. Because let me tell you. There we go. There. So then the idea is they'll go up there, walk over there, and then I need, okay, we'll grab this and we'll duplicate so that I can just put this over here. I just feel like all of us are starting to get the SADs, and it's just making everything terrible. Like, I'm sure it's also more complicated than that, but also I think we're all just getting the SADs. Just that slow depression that winter is existing. See? So now you have the panda walkthrough, which I think is pretty exciting. And then we'll come over here and flat roofs. I'm gonna put glass over the rest of this, not necessarily for any aesthetic reason, but because I want a roof, and glass roofs make it easier for me to see what's going on. Is that lined up? It is. So this way they can have a roof, but I can also, like, look in at what's happening myself. So then this will count as hard shelter, and the tunnel itself will actually count as hard shelter too. It's not, I don't really care if that's a level or not. That's your little panda palace. grab you and you, and we'll just kind of keep an eye out for more pandas. But this way I can get them in the habitat so I can kind of see what they need. We're in prep for your holiday light show. Oh, yeah. Major sads all around. Yeah. I'm sure. Actually, what I kind of want to do, we're going to pause really quick. Just because this feels very insane. I mean, I may regret this if I end up needing the space. But I kind of would rather do this. It's not a pretty corner, but that's okay. If I end up regretting it because I need the space, I'll put it back, but that just feels less obnoxious because I'm going to need people to be able to see the pandas. I mean, there's going to be a lot of pandas, so I guess it's not really going to be that big of a deal. Man, we're just not getting the younger ones. In sandbox mode, these will recycle fast, or these will recycle immediately. So if I buy pandas, they'll immediately get more pandas, which is not the case in franchise mode. But if I don't want those animals, then I still have to wait like the allotted time. Okay. So one of the pandas has been dropped off. Yeah. Knew you would not be overly thrilled with this place, which is fine. But broadly, we're okay. The real reason why I wanted you in there is so I could check the heat map. Okay, so this is completely traversable, so they can use the panda path, which I think is going to be pretty exciting. And we can put, like, the sign up on there. Like, I think there's going to be some cool stuff going on here. That said, this is going to bother me, so we're going to do that. And that. And oh god, you have the glass. You know what we'll do actually is we'll just make this piece not glass. That one right there. And we'll put a tree there so you won't notice. You won't notice that. And we'll make that concrete too. There we go. That just looks aesthetically a little bit better, I think. Oh, we could put a little glass on top of there, actually. Hold on. Duplicate. Beautiful. So now that pandas are in, and we know that it's broadly fine, I can see there's room for a little bit of water over here and over here. Pandas are not really big swimmers, so like having a lot of room for them to swim is not overly necessary. But what we can do is we can put like a nice little river through here, just for the aesthetics. I don't want to like block up too much land, but I think a little river through here would be pretty. And we can put some bridges over it and stuff, so we can have like a nice little river snake through. Actually, let me just check that this is gonna work broadly. Okay, I might have to make it a little bit deeper. Again, they don't swim, so they're not really going to do this, but they can drink out of this. Okay, that's going to be much better. We're not ready for that yet, but that's what we're kind of doing. And then I can just build them a little bridge to kind of make it easier to get over that. There we go. So now they have a nice little river. We're going to do that, but we're also going to smooth a lot of this because this looks pretty ugly. So we'll smooth this out too while we're at it. That'll make it easier for him to be able to drink too. Okay. Water. So now they'll also be able to drink water through all of that. I'm not going to super worry about having a whole lot of shelter, because this will be shelter. But I also don't think it'd be the worst idea to build like another small little space over here. So here we could probably actually use the temple pieces if we wanted. And I'm fine with it just being the basic color. And we can just make like a little, is it just a little building? Let's see, real quick, just a size check. Yeah, they should be fine with a half story. I guess I could have made this a full. That's fine. Actually, hold on. No. This is a much better size. We're actually gonna do this. Yeah, I prefer that. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then like that. The reason why you have two different circle pieces is if I put this circle piece in here, the tiles won't match up evenly, where they will if I use this one. So it's literally just so you can be OCD about your tile patterns. That's the only purpose of the two blocks. But I appreciate it. No, where does it live? There we go, structural props. Drop some temple pieces in there. Like this used to be a much bigger structure. We have these at the bottom of our seal cove too. I just think they're kind of neat. Should turn random rotation back on. I wonder if the pandas can actually climb this. I don't know if they can, but we're gonna stick this here. And if they can't, they can't. Doesn't hurt anything. But if they can, then, you know, the pandas can go chill up there, and that would be kind of funny. There we go. Just makes it look a little bit more like a structure. I mean, it is a structure, but it looks more like the structure that it is. Like that. I like that. That's neat. How are we doing on more pandas? 5 minutes, 2.5, 1.5. Okay, we'll have some more options here in a second. Let's get some terrain things going. Actually, let's grab a cooler. So pandas do like some I think we could drop a cooler in here. Let it play so that it can do that. But we'll shrink the radius a little bit. And we'll duplicate it. Put it over there. That way we could put a little bit of snow over here. Now the rest of this area, we'll roughen. I'm going to turn the intensity of the roughen down so it doesn't go too crazy. But just something so this isn't flat ground. That's really what I'm looking for. I just don't want flat ground everywhere. Here we go. Hey look, one of the pandas is already up there. That's cool. I'll be able to encourage the pandas to go over here too by putting like a toy or something in there. And it'll encourage the panda walk. Gotta run. Alright. Hey, Circumference, welcome. In terms of creativity, which is better, City Skylines or Planet Zoo? I have not played City Skylines. But I would probably say that they're completely different, not to make a zoo pun, completely different animals. City Skylines is probably going to be a lot more logistics management based. What I've seen of it, you actually like have to design where the roads go. You actually have to design how people get along. So like your pathing, your logistics, that kind of thing is going to be a lot more relevant. Where in Planet Zoo, that stuff's there, but it definitely takes a backseat to the design element. As a tycoon game, this game's actually pretty light. But as like a building game, it's really fun. So I'd say if you're more of the, like, I want to make a system that really works, I would go City Skylines. But this has so much creativity and space if you just want to design something pretty. Gotta run. Catch you later, Kathleen. Big news, though. You did finish your first playthrough of Baldur's Gate. 130-ish hours, and you're already in the second playthrough. I love that. That is just excellent to hear. See, there's stuff in here I want to like micro detail right now, and I feel like that's a bad idea. But I want to put like some kind of neat. Is there like? This isn't bad. This is kind of like what I was thinking. Not the bamboo wall, because the bamboo wall's locked to a grid. Ah, this is what I was thinking. These slats. Like if I turned off random rotation. Come on, camera, work with me here. Work with me, camera. Camera! Not that the pandas have to follow this, but I just think this would be kind of cool. So like this is the kind of thing you do in Zoo. Right? You're like, oh, what would be the really cute little detail I could add to this that would make it unique and fun? Where City Skylines, I think, is more like you're literally trying to design a functioning city. Also, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you here. Okay, let's check animal training. Where are we at? Nobody young. Okay, we're probably just going to have to go for it. If I just want to start getting pandas in. So now I think we have one guy and 3 girls. I think we could have them. Yeah, it said we could have up to 10 males, up to 10 females. So let the game run, considering these guys are not like suffering. I mean, 65 is not great, but it's not horrendous. We're gonna just start getting the pandas in. You want different. See, you're fine with the snow, such as it is. Oh. I see. I can make these radiuses bigger then. I was like, I feel like I put more snow down than that. That's what happened. Train painting. Add to snows. The only thing I don't like about the snow is when it hits the water, it's like very firmly cut off, which I guess makes a fair amount of like actual sense, but I don't know. Okay, so you want less long grass, more short grass, but you'll be otherwise happy. That said, I think I actually want to put soil in here. I don't know, I just think when I have indoor spaces, I think having soil in there makes more sense. Because, like, the grass wouldn't grow inside this building. The intensity is still turned down, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I'm having this problem. Okay, that makes more sense. I also don't like... Well, sometimes I like the grass texture under the water, but in very specific circumstances. And this is not one of those. I used to do it in franchise mode. Because franchise mode, you have to have plants a certain way to keep the animals happy. And I wanted to put stuff in water, so what I would do is use long grass underwater to make it look like underwater plants, basically. Just as a cheap way to do that, but you don't need to do that. Alright, so we have this. And then I'm going to put some rock under here. Should about get us there. Yep, that does. That gets us to where they're happy. So the terrain's good. See, now they're into the green area, so we'll be fine. So we have in this habitat one lady, or 3 ladies, 1 dude. So let's grab another dude. 9 years isn't too bad based off of what I'm seeing here. Enrichment, I kind of want to do enrichment once they're all in here, because you will need more enrichment. What we can do is go through and add some rocks. I'm a big rock fan. First of all, you can put in those rock bridges I talked about to make it easier for them to not be completely cut off from all of the habitat by the water. I think we can kind of do the same over here in case they actually want to get over into this spot for whatever reason. But rocks are also just a neat way to add free texture. You can turn random rotation back on. I think one thing that makes you look better than you are in Planet Zoo. I've thought about, like, there's no reason for me to ever make a Planet Zoo guide. Because there's so many great guides out there by significantly better players than me. But I have thought about doing a guide that's like 8 ways to look like you're better at Planet Zoo than you actually are. Or something like that. And they're just like really simple ways to make something look better without spending a lot of time. And one of those things I'd say is add rocks, add texture, add layers. You can see I'm not spending outrageous amounts of time putting this rock in, but the rock is making it look so much better. It's also a good way to get around it, like if animals have specific terrains that they want to have, but you don't like the look of it. Like say they want a lot of grass, and you don't really want a lot of grass. Well, because all the grass is still in here, the pandas still think they have as much grass as they always had. But the rocks are covering it. So, you know, you can kind of do the same thing with snow. It's kind of a good way to handle that. Oh, that's right, these I love the mossy rocks. I adore the mossy rocks. Now I am playing in sandbox mode, and in sandbox mode I have a setting where you'll notice here in coverage there's like no real bar to tell me. It's just like, oh, you have this much coverage, but it doesn't care. That's because I have a setting on that lets me put in as many or as few plants as I want. And that's because I tend to want more plants than the animals actually want, because I think it looks prettier. And so I have this turned on in such a way that gives me that kind of freedom. I still like to create good habitats for the animals. Oh, you guys don't like this? Oh, it's because I don't have Asia turned on. Okay, that makes more sense. Like, I don't like to make habitats that the animals won't like. But, I just don't feel like having an extra tree creates an inhumane environment. So I like to turn those off so I can put whatever I want in here. Some nice Japanese maples. You can even fit smaller ones underneath the panda bridge, which I don't know if that makes logical sense, but I like how it looks. Some flowers in. Using these flowers as texture on the ground too also is a great way to kind of like fudge how good something looks. You're not spending a whole lot of time, but you have more than just the coverage that was already there when you got there, right? Like, it's just a simple way, especially if you add more than one kind of flower next to each other. Again, this is not a, you know, I'm not spending 2 days on one habitat. I'm moving right along, but I'm doing so in a way that's always adding texture, and texture is going to be what kind of, I don't want to say fakes complexity, because you are adding complexity. You are adding things to your habitat, but it kind of disproportionately makes it look like you've put more thought into it than maybe you actually have. Now, I do want to put a fair amount of trees in, because I feel like pandas like forests. But I don't want to do that and sacrifice them having space, right? Because I do intend to put a fair amount of pandas in here. I want them to be able to get around. And I want people to be able to see things. Oh, that is a... Oh, that's a cool balloon. That is a freaking beautiful tree. These oak trees are incredible. Okay, we're going to put like a centerpiece tree somewhere. Like, this is gigantic, but it's... And I know I just said I don't want to take up too much space, but like, this is so pretty. I think we can do this. And then I think I'll move these trees. If I remember correctly, pandas don't necessarily climb the trees, so I don't have to worry about them escaping. Yeah, look at that. That is just gorgeous. That is staying. We could just stick a tree like right in the middle of that. I don't think that looks abysmal. And anything that adds texture is going to make it look like you're doing more than you're actually doing. We're not spending a lot of time, but we are making it look really cool. Obviously, when you think pandas, you think bamboo. So bamboo is a really, it's almost cheaty. It's almost cheating. It's so good. But we'll turn random rotation off. But like, we can go up against this back wall. I'll actually probably lower it a little bit and just put strips of bamboo. And it's going to make it look really forest-like, really simple. And again, like, I'm not going to... It's sticking out of the wall back here. I would care if this was going to be a part of the zoo that people were going to walk on. It's not. So I don't really care if that looks super perfect or not. Hey, Cal, welcome. I can't speak. Oaks support more than 60,000 species. They're amazing. That is a really cool fact. That is the kind of fact you only get when somebody who works at a botanical garden shows up in your chat. Those are the type of things I appreciate. Okay. Again, bamboo is just lovely because it's a super cheaty way of making things look better than they are. And that's sticking out a little bit, but I actually don't hate how that looks. But I think there's this misconception that to make something look good in Planet Zoo, you had to spend like 3 days on it. And that's just, I mean, it can be true. Like you can spend that amount of time on something. And if you do, it will look good. But it doesn't have to be true. You can absolutely make something really pretty without spending a week on it. It is completely feasible. See, like just adding the bamboo along the back there is adding. I mean, it is literally adding, but I mean, it also just makes everything look better. I turned random rotation off, didn't I? Random rotation will randomly rotate your plants a certain amount of degree. And it's nice that when you put trees next to each other, it doesn't look really fake. I don't know how bamboo and snow look next to each other, but we're going to not think about it too hard and keep going. So you can see it move that one a little bit and move that one a little bit. So we're just going to put bamboo up like around the whole edge. I just think that adds a lot. I'm doing the hard work of fun facts. You're welcome. Hey, I'm for it. Drop all the fun facts you got. I think they're fun. You can see how tired I am, because that was a sentence that just came out of my mouth. Fun facts are fun. That looks so much better. Ooh, that's another beautiful tree. Look at that beech tree. That's just ridiculously sized, though. Is there one that's pretty but less ridiculously sized? Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty spot. Some good looking stuff. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to get pandas that are a different age than I want them to be. That's okay. Okay, what do we got going in here? We need more boys. I think we have more. Well, no, we don't. I'll just grab both these boys. They're gonna be older, but that's okay. Hey, Erland, welcome! Good to see you. We're just making a panda habitat. You know we have to call it Pandemonium, which is the single most used name of any panda thing in anything ever. But that's okay. Can still go through there. Okay, so right now the biggest issue we have is enrichment. We'll also just go ahead and up the food quality. Okay. Oh yeah, it's just this habitat needs some help. That's fine. Come, pandas, come! So they can get under there, they can go in there. They can go there, and they can get up there. They can totally climb those steps. That's so awesome. Can they climb the steps, or are they climbing the tree? Oh, they're getting up there. Maybe they can jump. Interesting. Is it saying any of this is climbable? I'm not seeing so, which is fine. Next, we're going to go into habitat, food and water, species, giant panda. The arboreal feeding platforms are kind of a pain, but that's okay. We'll drop one right there. There's going to be a lot of pandas, so we're going to need more than one. Also, we'll put one back there in case they want to eat in a little bit more hidden spot, and we'll put one like right here. Like right in the front area also. I don't think we really need a lot in the way of water pipes considering this water goes all the way through. But we can put a water pipe in here in case they like want to not leave their their space, their house. Let's go into bedding. Put some bedding down. They don't need it, but I think it looks nice. We'll put some up here too, in case they want to hang out up here. So like these can be little sleep spots. We'll put some bedding in here because I figured this will be another spot where they'll come hang out. So like most of the inside of this area will be bedding. He's already pooped, so he's got to be pretty happy in here. Okay, bedding. So now we can start worrying about enrichment, but you kind of want everybody in there to kind of know where you're going with that. So we're up to 4 boys, 4 girls, with none left in storage. There's a younger boy. Okay, let's just grab these 4. Grab these. That's a fox I'm hanging on to because I really like his coloration. But he's going to go kind of to waste with the group I have right now. Look at this. Pandas are just starting to come in. There's so many pandas. Look at the panda. He's like, oh. He's running. I might do more with plants too later on. I just kind of want to see what's going on right now. Okay. Habitat, enrichment, toy items. This is where we can put a box up here. Wind chimes. Rubbing pillar, but I want to change the colors. That's a fair amount of toy enrichment, but honestly, they're gonna have more pandas, so I feel like having more toy enrichment is not a bad thing. There's also, most of the time you're not gonna have a problem with putting in too many toys. The only time that's gonna be an issue is depending on what mode you're playing in. If you're playing in like franchise mode, or if you're playing with a certain setting turned on, animals will actually get sick of their enrichment and will require like changed out enrichment items. I don't have that setting on, so it's not going to be an issue for us. So they're never going to get tired of their toys, but they can actually get tired of their toys in certain settings. This is just so many pandas. Just so many pandas are happening. I mean, look at the sheer number of pandas. This is just an absurd amount of pandas. I'm not complaining. Oh, now we have too many. I miscounted. Oh, no. Okay, that's easy enough to handle. We'll pick 2 of them. We'll pick these 2. So this one. I'd like to click on her. Well, we'll click on you then. We will, box animal. And then we'll find find the other one. And we'll keep those in the trade center. We will have to get more pandas eventually. That's not really an issue. So send animal to storage and trade center. So basically, instead of buying this animal in the future, we'll just grab these guys. When we are in need of pandas, we'll go get 2 more pandas. It will happen. So now we should have the proper amount of adult pandas. Yep, we have the proper amount of adult pandas. And they have everything they need. Look at this. And they should have plenty of space. Plenty of space. And like there's room here to make this really cool. But if that's the case, that means we can definitely put in more plants. Because I won't have to be concerned about cutting off too much in the way of like land area. That tree's supposed to look kind of cool. So, you know, we're not trying to block anybody's view. Actually, I don't really like that tree there because it does block that view. Caribou moss. Caribou moss is always a good pick too. And a lot of this stuff they can walk through too, and so that's not really blocking anything. Ooh, cherry blossom trees are pretty. A combination of the cherry blossoms and the Japanese maples. I think that'll look very nice. Does that look bad on this side? It only looks bad if we path it in such a way where that will look bad. We don't have to do it that way. So many pandas. Just so many. I guess they do swim. I didn't think they swam, so I was super wrong about that. But that's okay. They like swimming well enough, so it means we didn't need that bridge, but that's okay. I like that it's shallow enough there that they can just run through it. Another thing I like to do when I have stuff like that, I don't know if there's a plant. Bracken wouldn't be bad. I kind of like this effect too, where you put the plants in and then they'll run through the plant in the water and it like splashes through the plant. It creates an effect of like a marshy area, and I just think it's neat. I love the sounds they make. Ah. Where did... Yeah. Again, we just put the flowers down because it adds texture. I love Himalayan birch too. Just kind of create like a pseudo little forest here. So now if we drop the camera here, so this is like what a guest would see. I mean, minus the sun glare, which is there or not depending on, like, we can change the time of day. Get rid of that glare. There we go. Let's go to, we'll walk around at dusk. So if you're walking around at dusk, oh, you can watch the panda play with the thing. Play with the thing. Oh, there's a panda. You can walk through here. See some nice panda turds. I Just look at all those trees, and there's a panda bear like right frickin' there. That guy's filling that thing up. You can see the food there. You walk through here. Eventually a panda will go through there. They can, so it's just a matter of time until they do. And that's pretty exciting, I think. Nom-noms. Oh, look at all of them eating. They're nomming. The pandas are nomming. It's a circle of nommins. Look at them. Oh no, he showed up too late. The food's gone. It's okay, there's more food. Somewhere. There's a couple different food things that got set down. Animal talk point. Only nominally. Hey, it's funny. There might not be any power over here. Yeah, I figured. Can throw food. I mean, sure. I didn't quite bank on that, but that's exciting. Let's try July, and we'll pause it real quick. See if somebody can get over here for that power. Oh yeah, you're very far away from power. We will stick a solar panel. I was going to put a pond in here, but I guess I'm not going to be able to now. But we can stick the solar panel here. And we'll put some trees up around this, and you'll barely even notice it's there. Other thing we'll do real quick is we'll grab staff. Earlier this week was actually the anniversary of when you saw pandas in China. Oh, that's really cool. That is very cool. Let's grab Tony. Tony, come here. Someone's gonna have to do this show in a month. Okay, cool. You're going to Panda Talk. Excellent. They're going to get ready to do a whole talk on the pandas. Alright, so we'll get ready for that. So then, next we can lay some benches. We can do the East Asian bench. That's exciting. I don't use these often. The thing with the East Asian bench is like, they are on theme. So, like, when you see them, you know what they're going for. So I don't tend to use them as much unless it's like, we are somewhere where the theme makes a little bit more sense. Donation boxes. Going for the opposite colors, like the opposite placement of red and yellow, but that's okay. We'll keep that. That's fine. So we'll have some donation bins down. There. to the group. So we'll... I guess it's going to be added to the group then. Not really what I want to do, but I don't really feel like fighting it right now. What about... There's always other options for frames too if you want to mix it up. Frame, that's the word I'm looking for. Frame gives you even more options. It's actually not a bad idea. I think next, we'll fill in some more here in a minute. I think I'm going to put the trees in next because I might want to see where the trees go before I do the rest of it. Giant panda. And of course, because I'm playing in Sandbox, I did leave whatchamacallit, I did leave research on, like, already complete. Like, in Sandbox mode, you can set it where, of course, you still have to do research if you want, but for our purposes, I don't like to mess with that because then I have to wait for items, enrichment items. Hey, Brennan! How's it going? Welcome back, Kathleen. The habitat's going really well. They're about to give a panda talk. We're just filling in the area around here. I'm gonna have to go through my other species too and check on them. Because they're gonna have stuff going on. So I think my plan here is if I do some bamboo trees, because the game has randomly decided that sometimes physics counts. So like if I put a solar panel in a building, it's like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. So the goal here is to put some trees around this, but still have it work. So we're gonna just have to see what does that. I love the game music, it's so pretty. Oh, the talk started. Oh, okay. Pronghorns are fighting. Alright, we're gonna have to take a quick interlude here to go through the animals, see what we got. See who needs to be released to the wild. I have so many Arctic foxes. Like, so many Arctic foxes. We got the gene going for the dark Arctic foxes, which I think is pretty cool. Are they happy? They're happy, so we'll leave the Arctic foxes alone. Arctic wolves are doing well. All the exhibit animals take care of themselves. Badgers, that is... Oh, some of those are baby badgers, so that's fine. Because that's not going to eat into anything. There's all our pandas. Yeah, the seals are going to be upset because some of my seals finally got big, I think. Maybe not. guess they're fine. Okay. Let's go through the macaques. Llamas. Oh, we have another. We have more baby llamas. I love that. So many baby llamas. Okay. These are the guys that really need cleaning up. Okay, and then our red pandas are doing good. In fact, one of them's pregnant, which is great. Okay, cool. Animals are under control. Probably go another half hour. It'll be a little shorter stream than normal, but there's other stuff I want to do today. It's really nice out, and I kind of want to go for a walk before it gets too dark and much colder, just because there's not going to be very many it's nice out days left. But I also really wanted to stream. I probably could have streamed longer if I had walked first, but I wanted to stream for it. It was a whole thing. I've been very indecisive all day. I think largely because I had to make decisions at work, so then I didn't want to make more decisions. You know how it goes. So this was not what I was planning on putting here, but that's okay. It's what's here now. Time of year is absolutely favorite in the Midwest, sans less daylight. Yeah, exactly. If you can get a nice day, it's just absolutely perfect. So this is cool. So you're standing here, getting ready to walk in. We'll put a sign or something out here. We'll put some stuff out here. It just needs to be prettified a little bit. But then the goal is eventually one of these pandas will walk up here, and you could be like standing underneath and watching a panda walk over you, which would be really cool. The pandas haven't really been doing it. I think because the pandas don't really need to, and because they don't need to, they haven't been. What are these people saying? Panda talk was very educational. Well, that's good. What do you guys have to say? Not really thinking about the pandas right now. What about you? You're not at all impressed by this view of the giant panda? You're not impressed by the view of the giant panda. I can't help you. If this is not a good enough view of a panda for you, I can't help you. Look at that. Oh, and they're over here. They're sleeping in their little temple area. And they're sleeping over here. He's just chilling. He's just contemplating life, this panda. He's like, you know, I have this whole beautiful habitat, but I'm going to stare at this wall. I have a disassociating panda who's now going to take a nap. All right. Shall she? How'd I do on that name, actually? Cal, you might be able to tell me. I'm assuming these are all Chinese/Mandarin names. Zhaoxi? Is that how I would say that? Oh, hey, it's me. The office disassociates and stares at the wall. Okay, at an office, I get it. But if you're in here, would you disassociate staring at the wall? Hangfu. What we got here? Minshang. They're eating the food that was tossed by the talk, I think. you're standing like right there. There's so many. See, if these people are like, this is a decent view of the panda, I guess, I'm gonna be so mad. Like, you're looking right at them. Like, they're right there. Plants down. Just kind of figured do a few things just so. A lot of the barriers, I wish they had like more defined, like lower ends, because they look kind of not great just sitting there, and I end up wanting to put stuff like along the edge so you can't see the glass. A lot better already. I love how excited about this everybody is. They're all like, pandas. This is a pretty darned cool panda habitat. I'd be into this. Hey, look at them. They're just walking right up there by you. Anybody in the tunnel? Oh, did we miss him going through the tunnel? We might have missed him going through the tunnel. Okay, we'll have to pay better attention. Do periodic tunnel checks. What are these guys thinking? This view of the giant panda habitat is breathtaking. I'm literally having to consciously remember to breathe. That sounds about right. There are all Mandarin words, but it's difficult to say what exactly that guy's really got to pee. Look at him do the pee dance. What exactly they would mean with the anglicized version, like Hang Fu could mean yellow clothing or a surname. Interesting. Different can tell without characters. Very interesting. Don't pee in that bush, my man. Go find a toilet. You can make it. Whenever I see names like that or other, like not necessarily Mandarin names specifically, but names I might not typically encounter in my day-to-day life, for one reason or another, I'm always curious if I'm like remotely close. Like, would somebody look at that and go, hey, that person put forth a good effort? Or would somebody go, ooh, that was a rough shot at it? You're like, I'm always just like, I wonder if I did okay. Menu Shang could mean livelihood or voice of the people. Very interesting. Or a totally different homonym. I love that though. It's so interesting. I feel like it's probably similar in other Asian languages. I know it's true in Mandarin, where you have to be so precise because like the slightest twinge of a syllable, it means a completely different word. And I find that so interesting compared to like American accents, where like you have basically American accents are all different ways of completely muttering the word instead of just saying the word. And so I just think it's so interesting to go from like a culture where you need absolute precision when speaking to Americans where we're just different ways of being absolutely lazy at saying whatever it is we're saying. And I find that amazing. And that's even where I'm like, even what I just said, like, oh, I wonder if I'm remotely close. And the truth is, I'm probably not. Because there is no such thing as remotely close. That's not how it works. But I find that interesting. I like them using that bench. I keep thinking like, oh, I want to add this plant. And then I'm like, but I haven't put that plant anywhere else. So maybe I should go through and add it. Let's see if this scenery rating went up. Oh yeah, it's got like a 99% scenery rating now because I've made everything around it. People will actually enjoy the talks more if it's scenic by where you enjoy the talk. Anybody in the tunnel? No. Oh, but he is sleeping in the little cubby that I made. It's looking a lot better now that I've added some stuff. I think the other thing I want to do here is not too big. Find some of the smaller rocks. And put like a couple of rocks right there. I mean, look at that. Look at that. This game is so pretty. And again, like, okay, I've been streaming almost 2 hours. And granted, I've spent 2 hours on the same thing. And that might sound like a lot to people. But, like, this is pretty nice for 2 hours worth of work. You know, and that's kind of the other thing I would tell people is you can make something pretty nice. You might spend a day on a whole area. And maybe that's more than you want to spend. But you don't have to do I spent a whole week on one habitat thing. You can make something pretty nice with a couple hours. And that's also just because of the sheer size of this habitat we made. Like, if you make a smaller habitat, like, we would have been done already. That's just because I decided to make a gigantic panda habitat. People are very excited here. Probably put some fig trees like right here. I don't think that looks bad. I kind of want to I might put a pond here since I couldn't put a pond over there where I have the solar panel. Oh, he's not really going through the thing. He's playing with the box. Still though, you're in the space. So like if you were under here, you could look up and see a panda. You would look up and be like, there's a panda right there. Oh my gosh, it's a panda. Look, it's a panda bear. Come on, panda. Walk over here. Let's see it. Let's see how pretty you are. Let's go, panda. He's like, nope, I'm gonna stand right here. I think that's so cool. Oh, sorry, I'm still in explore mode. I'm like, why won't the camera move? Need to visit a zoo or an aquarium with you someday. You do. I love it. I love visiting zoos. We absolutely could. If you came here, I would take you to the same zoo I took to Kathleen to. It's very tiny, but I love it. I'm like a total nerd when I go because I love that zoo so much. Potta Park Zoo. What is going on here? Why are we just standing in this doorway? apparently we're just standing in this doorway. We don't really have a good reason. I love this. This is so pretty. Like, you round this corner and this is here. I could probably put some trim on that roof and that would make that look a lot prettier. And then I'll add like a panda sign probably above the bridge. And then you would round here. And then obviously this still needs a lot of work. 24 Jess and Ray visit Big Zoo Adventure. I'm down. I'm down for it. We could even meet in Chicago and do Sheds. That would be fun. I love Sheds Aquarium. I haven't been there in probably 15 years. It's funny too, because now when I go to zoos, I literally look at them like, oh, I could do something like that. Like, it's so bad. I'm like, oh, Jess, not everything is Planet Zoo. Calm down. Like, oh, I wonder how I would do that. I want the water taller. Okay, that's better. That's better-ish. And then if I paint it sandy, and then we'll click on the water. I'd like to click on the water. There we go. And make it a different color. Everglade, Amazon, Crystal, Azure, Midnight, and maybe let's do Azure, whatever, and no, I want it. This is not. I wonder if it's a time of day thing why this isn't working the way I want it to. Oh, you know what would be really pretty, actually, is if we did... This is North African instead of, like, Asia, but I'm not sure that's the biggest deal. Could make, like, an actual legit pond. Get away from the standard colors. That's pretty. Here's where you can get into, I'm going to take 500 years on something, and you don't have to do it that way. You can. That just did that weird thing because I had random rotation on. I'll turn that off again. I wish I knew a hotkey to toggle random rotation off and on. There very well may be one, and I just don't know what it is. We can just make like a little tile space over here. I think what we'll do is we'll do this, but then we'll go into construction. We'll pick some of these smaller ones. That. Like that. kind of neat. I love the oh, you love Shed. Yeah. Just went to Duluth Great Lakes Aquarium a couple weeks ago. That's awesome. I love that kind of stuff. I think the coolest aquarium I've ever been to was the Baltimore National Aquarium. I loved that. That was a long time ago that I went there. Can't remember the last... Well, no, that's not true. The last time I went to an aquarium was probably... I don't think I had started my current job yet. So 2014. I've been to a zoo since then, but not an aquarium since then. And I have to check that population out. And it was a Corpus Christi. It has a small aquarium, which is really cool. Nah, it's a little bit overkill. Trying to think of what else I want to put around here. Rope things are fun. Put a whole boat that's bigger than the pond. Honestly, I could probably... Actually, I could go into here. Go into here. Structural props. There's going to be more stuff in here, too. Oh, these are cool pieces. These Indonesian mossy rocks. Stuff. I think this would be fun. Turn ankle snap off. There we go. And just put some of these like little shapes in here. Whoa. And then I think we can go into nature and grab some plants. You can turn random rotation back on. Definitely want these mossy rocks. I think the mossy rocks will work, especially if I put some under the water too. Like the moss is just kind of like growing into this really old thing. An animal has escaped. Oh, that's fine. There's a spot over by the wolves where the barrier isn't exactly up against an edge, but they can't really get anywhere because it's actually by a cliff. Real quick, sorry. Nope. So here, these aren't really shrubs; they're trees. But I like to tuck the trunks underneath, and then you can't really tell. That works pretty well. Cornberry bush. This actually, I wanted to add some of these into the habitat too. I like these a lot. And then I saw them, remembered that they existed, and then promptly lost them and didn't have them. They also really blend in with the grass, so it doesn't necessarily add a lot other than I know they're there and I like them a lot. There we go. depending on what ground you're using, they show up more, do more good. How do I should be able to turn off that, seeing that barrier. Off, there we go. I'll want to put that back on eventually, but for now, we're going to turn it off. There we go. See, that's kind of pretty. I appreciate that everyone is going this way and stopping, and no one is coming around this way for whatever reason. I don't know what that reason is, but it's what's happening. Lady ferns. I'd say it was that tree over there blocking the people walking, but the game doesn't actually work that way. Sound like me during a light in the garden. Why are you going that way? Why would you not go the infinitely more logical way? Well, sometimes people walk a certain way too based off of where the animals are. But, like, there's animals over there, so I really don't know why they're not going over there. Could probably potentially put a fence there too, but I'm not sure I'm really interested in that. People are walking around here. And there's a space over here. Then you can kind of go through here. What does this lady have to say? Best day ever. She's having the best day ever. I hope that one guy made it to the bathroom. Yeah, everyone's like, we'll go here and then we'll leave. We're not gonna like walk around. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. Before I get going, next stream, Saturday I'm busy all day. So there's not likely to be a stream Saturday, unless I do like an early morning one. And if I do an early morning one, I'll just do more zoo. That way no one's like missing out on anything story based. But I'm not making any guarantees that that's gonna happen. So it'll just be a question. I might do a stream Friday or Sunday. I would probably not do a stream Friday and Sunday. And I may do neither. But tomorrow is definitely out. And Saturday is out unless, like I said, it's an early morning Planet Zoo stream. But then I should be through a lot of my wackiness. Oh, I think the weekend after that I might be doing something. I don't know. It'll be November before I have like weekends again consistently. But once I can kind of commit to doing things more regularly, we'll do Mass Effect 2. In October, I've been full and I don't know what it says about me. Maybe I like fall. Mine is that my parents always want to go to football games. And I watch my brother. Look at all the pandas. Do we have any panda babies coming yet? We have somebody. We have 2 pregnant pandas. So 2 of the pandas are preggers. Due in December of year 50. It's going to take a long time because it's February of year 50. To the robes of the Emperor. Interesting. Now that I've added all of this stuff. Oh yeah, they still have plenty of space. Just so much space. We could have made this like half the size that it is. Like I literally could just like chunk out this amount of space and it would work. But it's big and pretty. And that's what I like. But actually, this shouldn't be too different from a polar bear habitat. When all is said and done, the only difference is in the polar bear habitat, there'll be 2 polar bears instead of 20 panda bears. So that is the difference there. See, everyone just comes in here, sees that panda, and doesn't move on or do anything else. Your mouth is super dry. Well, go get something to drink. There are drink stores. I can't do everything. Aren't there any benches here? Yes! You walked past one. People. The giant panda's okay. Well, whatever. And it's like, it's your fault. It is their fault. It would be absolutely their fault. All right. Well, I might get going now, honestly. This is a kind of a short stream for me, all things considered, but it was more that I had time, I wanted to do it, but I want to go out and head for a walk. So that'll be good. Should see some of the reviews we got for the garden. So funny what people think about it. People are really amusing. But we have successfully, I think, kept me from taking a nap this afternoon. You can barely see the giant panda from here. Again, there are so many paths. Like, what happens is these people come, stand in one spot, go, I can't see the animal, and don't walk anywhere else. I mean, what is it? Is it like, is this tree blocking a path or something? I don't think so. Here, we'll find out. Let's move this group of people. They can stand there. And they can walk through there. Come stand here. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Ah, the panda's up here, look. There's a panda on the thing. How did you get up there? Is there a panda in the tunnel? I don't think so. There's a panda up here, which is pretty cool. I like that. Did he climb the tree or something? What did he do? Yeah, looks like he climbed the tree. That's how he got up there. That's cool. It's not saying the tree is climbable. Oh, it is! The tree is sort of climbable. Okay. It was just really hard to see. Are you gonna go through the tunnel? Go through the tunnel. Keep running. Keep running, Panda. He's like, I'm gonna get that box. We would probably get a panda through the tunnel if I'd actually just stick the box over there. I just think the box would look dumb over there. But I might have to get the panda in the tunnel, we might have to do it. I just want him to play with the box and then keep going in that direction. Is he gonna do it? Do it. Come on. I mean, it's also cute to watch you play with the box. Oh no, he's stuck. His forehead's stuck on it. This is... I don't know what's happening. I don't think that's how panda arms move. Are you okay, Panda? He's having a minute. Maybe we should let him figure this out on our own. Sleeping, 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 sleeping. Still stuck on a box. This box is really causing you grief. We've now put the box all the way out here. So that's gonna dangle a bit, but that's okay. There we go. Go get it, Panda. He's in the tunnel. See now, or she, I'm sorry. See? The panda's in the tunnel. So you can be over here and you can be like, oh my god, there's a panda over my head. Panda tunnel. It's the first time I've ever built a walkover tunnel like that. I think it's fun. Panda X is crashed. The panda's in the tunnel. Panda tunnel. Panda tunnel, panda tunnel, through the mountain, panda tunnel. Exactly. Well, we've been here a year because the talk is coming again. You're standing there now. You're gonna stand there and you're gonna be like, this is the worst view of a panda ever. I really want us to get to baby pandas. There were 2 pregnant pandas. I wonder if the other one is due sooner. Ah, stop. Due in August of year 50. Oh, we can wait that long. Okay. This panda that's in the tunnel is preggers. She's gonna give birth next month. So we will wait. So we can see a baby panda before we go. But we'll see the baby panda and that'll be the perfect way to end things. People are like, this is so great. What are you so excited to look at? This bench? Like, what are you looking at exactly? How are you viewing pandemonium? Whatever. What are you viewing? It's amazing to be in the same habitat as a giant panda. That's a bit more of a glitch. Just because you happen to be in there. Okay, we're in August. So this baby's due at any point. We're gonna do baby panda watch. have more baby pandas. Oh, about to have offspring. Well, that's poop. That's not a baby panda. Baby Panda Watch 2023. Offspring imminent. It's so dramatic. Offspring imminent. They literally just like materialize. Like there's no birthing process or birthing animation. Just at some point they're there. And you've had a baby. See, and then the baby just phases into existence. Baby panda! Oh my gosh! I can't handle it. Look at that baby panda. Oh, look at the baby panda. Really? If children were that easy, I'd be a lot more interested in one. Oh, look at the teeth. Look at the teeth. Ah! This is so cute. Baby panda. Get away from the turds. I don't want to see the turds. Stop playing in the turds. That is definitely an old baby panda. Yeah, yep, it has fur. It's not this big and pink. But it's a good baby. Look at the baby panda. Now that we've put the toy in the middle, they go up there a lot more often. Use the tunnel! Baby panda in the tunnel! Ah! Come back. I'm doing away. Just literally crawled through mom there. Oh, how pretty. That'll be a cute one too. The baby used the tunnel. I'm so proud of the baby. Make a great pregnancy announcement. Offspring and imminent. They look like slightly larger naked mole rats for the first 3 weeks. Yup, they do. It was so cute. That's not what I wanted to do. Pause. Stop. Stop. Trying to... camera controls get real funky. So cute. Now I'm thinking about the video of the panda mom getting jump scared and her baby sneezing. Alright, I think with that I am actually going to call it now. This was a very good day. A little bit shorter stream, I think, but I have other stuff I want to get to today before it gets cold. But I appreciate y'all being here. Hope to see you soon whenever I get around to streaming something else. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.